Why, hello, welcome back to City Skylines 2. My name is Dava, and today we'll be continuing the city of Davesport. Today we're more going into the station building of the game today, but also building a grid around the station. We want a nice little community, some commercial buildings around there as well. Well, we won't be placing them down, but we'll be planning them out, seeing how they go out. So with that being said, let's jump into the game. We will now resume back to where we last left off with our two little train yards here. So we built both train and metro. Today, I want to at least decorate the station, not overly decorate it, but at least give it some kind of flair to it. Give it some kind of surrounding, some chairs and seats and whatnot. But also, I kind of want to work on the grid around it. I started up here already working on a simple layout for a grid, where some roads curve, some roads continue to go straight. I wanted to keep the area a lot more different from this section over here. So we're going to continue down forward. We're going to stop at least up to about, say, this road here. And same roads for down here. We're going to at least connect this station up to a road down here to connect to this section down here. And also a little bit over here. And of course, continue to this area. Now there is some terrain we have to work around. Not a lot of terrain, but just enough that we can work with. Yes, that's what we'll be planning today. But before that, we're going to start on the train station itself. We're going to want to just decorate it just a little bit. Not overly decorate it, but give it some kind of flair. And this station is really long, so I do want to shrink this as well. I think this train is here, so we're going to fix that too. That being said, let's get into the decoration. We're going to I'll speed build the station and just kind of show you about what's going to happen when we come back. Let's get into it. So, welcome back. I have here a little dilemma. One of them being, or the only dilemma really being, there's no way for pedestrians to walk across the street or walk across the tracks without actually walking through the track, which is the worst case scenario. And I was thinking of having a different method of, instead of just using stairs, because stairs are actually easy to use for metro, but they're a lot more difficult for commuter trains just because their catenaries are really high. So what I want to do is, I have this little prop here that I can place down that takes it apart from the metro station, the elevated metro. I can place this down and place this really almost anywhere, but I can't say that. I want to put this towards an end of a platform, or like towards the middle section over here. I can't delete certain things off of this prop since it's one entire section of the entire thing, but I can place two of these down and place a bridge across and place a pedestrian path, an invisible pedestrian path inside of here. And it might work. Just might. The pathing might be a little bit sloppy, but there isn't really much I could do about that. It should be fine. And I do want to put this right between the open space between here, so I'm gonna have to move that garbage can. Or I can, this should suffice for space. I want to try to make it even, but there's no guarantee that that can happen. So let's try placing this right around here. I do want to leave some space for the side walkway. Here we go. Also move this. Now here. Now it does look a little bit weird. I could force this in the ground just so it doesn't protrude so high. And honestly, that might be the best case scenario here. Just to have this as a ramp instead of it being the staircase. The staircase is underneath it. The stairs are nice, don't get me wrong, they are nice, but I could force it down and just have my own stairs being placed under that. And then placing a bridge across. We'll see how that works. You know what? I could just encase the entire thing and just put a path within here. This actually might be, this looks better. Sure, it covers the whole thing, but actually now that it covers the whole thing, let me just push this. Make it its own section. Almost like an underground passage, but it's passing overground. We're just going to take these horizontal platforms or horizontal pillars and just bridge across. This one, this 20 feet one is actually, they're perfect. So I can just place at least 2 bridges or 1 bridge. And just increase its elevation to match the height. Approximately. About right there. And this should suffice. Lastly, we just want to take another little pedestrian path and try to work our way around it. So we're going to want to slope it, have a straight line, and just go, let's start from a distance and just make our way up. Make sure it meets inside the door. Take off these elevations and just down. Is 30 feet good here? 30 feet might be perfect. 30 feet platform with this straight line. Oh, it's a little bit crooked, but that's through here. It's very, well, 30 feet, it's a little too tall, but that's okay. We can always decrease the height with move it. If we can see if that is, but okay. Let's actually, this may be a 23 footer here. So let's try to remove this node here for a second. Let's do this over again. Take this, set it back down to 30 or 0. Ah, right here. 22 feet. 22 feet, 18 feet. 18 feet feels better, in my opinion. Let's go 18 feet. Let's try to make this a little bit more straight. So let's go from here to 18 feet across and get back down to the ground. Yes, that's perfect. Almost perfect. I should have flattened it out at the door. I might want to do that actually. Let's try to get these 2 seconds. Actually erase them. The good thing is that these things are treated as nodes, so the game can actually see them as nodes. Back to 18. We're at the door and then go back down. Right there. Here. 18. Set snapping on. Get a segment. Snapping off. Forward. And then go back down. And it should join back. There we go. There we have it. Nice flat surface where people can cross the tracks, as well as let's get some railings here. Now, I do have another set of assets from a specific Discord. I believe it is Sully's Discord where I have these props from. You can get these little concrete barriers and place them on top of here. I could go for the taller ones since these are they're catenaried wires. Realistically speaking, they would want to be secured at a higher or secured for trash or other types of litter to be thrown over. Not that that can happen in this game, but the taller ones, they are a bit tall. They are a bit intrusive. I'll keep the smaller one. Not you. You. I'm just gonna place these alongside here, section by section. And that should be, for the most part, what this station and most likely the next station should be. I do have to show you what the design of the station was or is meant to be. Most of the stations that I'll make, they'll mostly be representing of a garden or having some kind of commercial storefront in front of it. This one specifically does have that. These barriers here. This one will be a little bit tricky. It involves using move it to drag it back in. Yes. Oh, there's one more. Yeah. A little platform. Yeah, so yes, we have mulch, trees, some stones hidden between, and mostly pathing. I did use the invisible path so people can't walk between here to get to the station. There's only one side entrance over here and two over here, and the ramp across over here. So yes, that's the entire station. We're gonna do the same thing over here. I won't time-lapse it because the video might end up too long because we still have to make a grid alongside the entire area. But yeah, I'll be right back with this one being finished, and then I'll just show you what it's going to look like. Then we can work on the grid. Or not grid, but just a little bit of road. I don't want to make an entire grid. That'll be a little bit more intrusive. That'll be the next video after this one. So let's get into it. Okay, and we are back. We have updated the other one now. So this one also, it's very similar to the first one. Seats, a little canopies, or little canopy, like the entire platform like canopy. The station itself now includes the overhead bridge. I actually really like this. It's nice. The only thing it's missing are some signals. So I gotta wait for assets to come out for that. That'd be great. But yeah, the stone pathway, the bushes everywhere, and the yard, of course, is next to it. But that's the entire area for here. The only thing that's missing compared to this side is that it doesn't really have that curvy road aesthetic where you could just place a plaza in here and whatnot. Like you can't put a commercial store or office district or anything like that. So we gotta work on that now. So we're just gonna make a grid. We're not gonna put any houses in it. I'll probably work on the houses on the off time, place more buildings down, especially around this area. Yes, we're gonna focus on grid making now. So we're not going to do too much grid. We're just going to place mostly farmland will be beyond here. However, once we get into this area, it will be a little bit more like this spot, except less formatted. A little bit more curvy or angled roads. So let's see what we can do here. We have a main road coming off of here, which is perfect. However, to get to here, this has to go down a whole little pit, and I don't really want to maintain or focus on having the road travel down this far. Also, the road does not line up equally with this grid. So that's also another, not problem, situation I gotta take care of. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. So the way I want to work on this grid is that this portion up here, Bedford Glade, when we first made it, it had no order to it. All the roads kind of bent to its will. Over here, however, I want to put more farmland on the outskirts side over here. But in here, I feel like this is where we're going to start to enter into a more Chicago-like area, but less gridded, because Chicago is very grid heavy. So we're going to try to not lean towards that. We're going to have some diagonal roads, some other protruding roads. For instance, here, we have a nice little 70-degree road here, kind of branch off, and have a little offshoot road from here. So actually, what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to take this part from here. Oh, we get a very subtle curve. Be protruding off of here, and just make this run right into it. Yes. Oh, the sloping tool is on. How about that? But that's fine. Take out sloping. We want to match with the terrain or topography. And keep this through here. Run this through here, and keep this road as the same name, going straight beyond. Again, gonna keep some things straight, but some things will have to turn. And just see how it goes from there. Something like this. We're just gonna keep this idea going, and this one will be a little speed lapse. Speed lapse? Time lapse. I know most of this video will be time lapses, but that being said, let's see how it will turn out in the end. Oh, I forgot to hit record, and I started doing a whole bunch of road until I realized I missed the record button. So I was just gonna talk about what I was doing here for a moment, for just a split second. This area, I decided to make it like this, just because some trees were left here. So I said, you know what, I'll just convert this into a little park in the future. Have some little alley roads, like little commercial fronts in the front over here. Have the roads do their original thing. Like this road, I want this road to be dynamically split across from the entire area and run straight to the highway through this side. While others, like this one, for instance, will pass underneath the road from above, which will pass over the train. There won't be too many roads that cross this entire divided train line over here. Only like a few per, not mile, but maybe half a mile, 3/4 of a mile. This is around that distance. Near 3/4 of a half a mile. Yeah, we're gonna do that and pull that across. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do for this small portion. This road will come across and most likely merge around here. I could make it become this road over here. We'll see about that. And over here, we'll continue connection. So let's actually do a time lapse this time. Hopefully I don't forget. So here we have the final result. I would say final, not near final, but our most ending results. So some of these areas, like areas over here, this will be farmland. I'll keep a little farm there, put a road here, especially going throughout these areas between here. Oops, not here. But yeah, it fits quite nicely with the station being here. It's like a little community town being right around the area, which would be great actually. So a little commercial front one side of here, commercial front down here, put the houses in the back, put behind as well. And like a little like bus line to pass between here, maybe. We'll see. I'm not sure how I feel about buses still about this game, but yeah. This area, we have like a nice little town format here. Alongside down here, this will be our main street, hence why we put like little 45-degree parking alongside here, also for the train. Because again, this is 2 train lines going to be splitting from here. So one train's gonna be split, one's gonna go forward. There will be more on this line going forward. It might just be express. I mean, it could change. That really could change. But yeah, I intend to just have this run all the way straight down, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe more branches enter onto the track, more stop from the track. But here, this is where our road once again cuts across, I mentioned before, into this area of the train. Now, again, like prior, I will have an issue with the railroad crossings not being able to work with subway trains, so this might have to get cut all the way across up until at least here. Maybe the train can ascend up to that point. We'll see. Passing through here, we did separate the entire district, so Palmer Glen and Bedford are divided. Not maybe through rain, but they are divided through these trees over here, which will allow for a nice little separation in community. So we have different houses over here, like a little bit of medium density, but not really any medium density. If I'm being honest, I might just have more houses, just more compactly dense, more suburb houses. Because this area is again inspired off of Chicago, and the entire area is more suburban. They don't really have any dense buildings. So yeah, we'll keep that in mind. And yeah, this is how the area would look, or how I would want it to look with this kind of grid. Again, not really grid, but just layout. Nothing to be fancy or anything like that. It's just a nice little spot. I could place some little commercial fronts alongside here just to get a little bit of business. Commercial. I don't even have commercial demand, actually. I can't even do it. I've been oddly enough getting office demand for some reason, even though I have industrial. I'm not sure if it's a visual bug. Well, right now there can't be nothing because there's no there's no policing. There's nothing here actually. Guess there's no school, less fire, no police. I will work on that off stream. Most likely work on that off stream. But yeah, this is the entire area. How it's gonna go. On our next video, we are going to be working further down on the downtown area. So we're gonna get at least some roads be built further down, but we want to start the downtown grid, specifically the southern portion of the downtown grid. The actual main downtown will be over here. This tool, let me change that to the actual toll so it stops torturing me. So yes, this will actually be the main downtown. This will be the, think of it as like Manhattan, downtown Manhattan, and downtown Brooklyn. It's kind of like that. That's what I want this area to be like. So yeah, we're gonna work on that next time. So yes, that will be it for today. Thank you for stopping by today. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you that subscribe, like, comment. It's nice. I will be live on twitch.tv/Dava787, and I will see you guys again, not next week per se. I will be a bit busy. I will be out, so it'll come up. I'll give you a little community announcement of when the next video will be coming out. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow. I will see you guys next time. Take care.